And the reason I mentioned John Henry and both sides of the conversation is because for tonight, we are also going to have a conversation about love and relationships, and the impact of what's going on with men and women, especially in our Black community. Both sides of the conversation. John Henry, you want to raise your hand? Hey. So John Henry and Rico actually have a company, both sides of the conversation, and I believe it started off talking about relationship type stuff, right? A little bit, okay. So this is just a combination of a lot of different things. My brother is in the house, hey. Okay, so again, I'm Erica. We have an art studio, Honey Art Studio. And in addition to like sip and paints and different art activities, we recognize the significance of bringing people together through art. So this is another one of those kind of projects. And because it's Valentine's weekend, we wanted to incorporate that into the theme. But beyond romance, which is important and significant, it's just heavy on my heart for us to just have a space just to love each other. Whether it's friends, family, co-workers, a lot of us work together on different aspects, and then just coming together. And the reason I mentioned John Henry and both sides of the conversation is because for tonight, we are also gonna have a conversation about love and relationships, and the impact of what's going on with men and women, especially in our Black community. So my pastor and his wife are gonna come, and we're just gonna have a friendly discussion, and we're gonna talk about those kinds of things. And tonight for the painting, as you see, it's a little boy and a little girl on a swing. And that's significant too, because at first, I was just like really focused on a singles night type of paint party, which would be fun. However, then of course there's couples and we don't want to exclude anybody. But then just going a little bit deeper, at first I saw the image of a little girl and just thinking of all the things that we deal with as women. And a lot of the struggles are because we didn't address a lot of issues that happened when we were little girls. And then there's our partners, the little boys, the men in our lives, who also have not been able to take the time to see all the things that probably impacted the situation we're in right now with our Black men, starting off as little boys. So this painting could be significant to you however you see that, just in male-female friendships, relationships, brother, sister, cousin, husband, wife, whatever it is. But that's the significance of this particular painting. So whatever that means to you, like pour your heart into it. And I have our artist, Annette, who's gonna lead us in the painting. A wonderful artist, thank you for coming. And I also wanted to acknowledge our DJ. Hey, DJ. Shantae here, she's a video editor. However, she's going to be our videographer because she got to get the material to edit. And then I have, also, okay, one of my girlfriends, we met years ago. I also teach business development, business plans, all that kind of stuff. And I met her, and she was doing a different business at the time. But however, tonight she's here, and she has her boutique in the back. So do some shopping with a fine individual, Aki. It is Valentine's weekend, so if you need to grab a gift or something like that, you definitely can do that. And then both sides of the conversation. You got hats or anything for sale?
I got hats up here.
Okay, we got some hats and stuff. He bought the ladies some roses. Thank you for that. And then last but not least, I have an amazing. Oh wait, both sides of the conversation, his team is here. So can you guys raise your hands too? Because we all know this kind of stuff, you need a team. Speaking of team, I have an amazing team. Can my team actually just come up here real quick? Star, Ariane, Afi, come on, you just helping to us. Nat. Choo-choo's not here. And then my girl Lisa's out here. Hey Lisa, her community is United in Love, and she's doing COVID tests, like rapid tested, like right now. So anyway, so Star, Afi, Ariane, Nat, thank you guys. They help decorate, make everything so beautiful on here. Okay, so like I said, I thought I saw Rich out there, but I'll wait till later and when he's ready to come in. So again, we got some other stuff going on, but right now let's get started with the painting. Amy, you ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Interpretation of the gospel, so I don't want to really get in that and debate scripture, but I'm just saying if you're in a relationship, you need to be kind of clear where you're going, what your goal is, what you're expecting. That way nobody is unsure. Marriages, both sides have to give their all. Yes. Some days you're the best husband or the best wife in the world, and then some days your mate may not even know you or recognize you. And the reality is some days you don't even recognize yourself. So I would just say, you want to when you want something like that, being married, then you want to have yourself ready for that when it comes, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Go ahead. Marriage as far as divorce? Well, then you want how I feel, you want what the Bible says. How I feel? Yes. That's on y'all. I mean, because see, me as a pastor, I'm not a spiritual police. I wish all marriages would work. I wish there was no divorce, but the Bible is clear on when you are okay to divorce and when you should wait and when you should forgive. And the Bible's kind of clear on that. But me personally, marriage is a lot of work on both parts. A lot of work. I mean, a man, we feel like we understand, but we're not a woman. And a woman goes through things, so marriage takes a lot of work, and it's always evolving. We've been married 38 years will be this coming March 3rd. And, who we were 20 years ago, that's not who we are now. When I first got married, I was trying to be the man and prove the point and have the last word. I done learned how to have the last word. Just don't say nothing. and just, just be quiet and let that thing work itself out. All right? That's right. Now, you ain't really said it. Go ahead.
So when we talk about marriage, it's very important. You got to be ready for it. Submission, I heard you when you said submission, that's right. But as a man, as a leader, if you're going to lead, you got to be going somewhere. Right. And then we need to know where you're going, because a woman will follow if they know where you're going. Yeah. You can get a woman to do anything you want to do. You can hear me, anything, if you're doing the right thing. Yeah. If you don't tell us to follow and you ain't got a clue where you're going. So everybody bumping into each other, ain't nobody got time for that. Right? But you got to have a plan. And if you got a plan, we hook up and we'll be the best helpmate, so submissive, whatever you want us to do. But you got to be going somewhere. Right? And this too, be ready for marriage. Don't say you're ready for marriage and you know, marriage is rough, but don't say you're ready for marriage and then she walk in there and catch you talking to Sally. It's gonna be a problem. A problem. And that's both men and women. If you're ready, then go on and do it. But if you ain't ready, be man and woman enough to say, I ain't ready. It ain't nothing wrong that I respect you. I can respect you better if you just say I'm not ready, rather than we get married and then I'm gonna have to knock you upside your head. For real. Because you ain't supposed to be breaking the vows and all of that. You're supposed to be, if you're gonna be married, be married. All right?
Yeah.
All right.
Put the toilet seat down, sit it on the counter. I'm like, oh, the toilet seat, I got that. We're very simple. We need facts, we need direction. I don't need to know how you feel, whether it was cold outside, who called first. Your grandmama said stop by and get coffee. Why you go to that store? Look, man, it all really says is put the toilet seat down, man. It be that simple. One thing we don't do, like I said, if you with someone, read. Black folks don't read. I go to the library, I'm the only one in there. And the old woman who worked there. There's so many books on management. Managing the business is managing a relationship. There's so many books on leadership. Leadership of people, Martin Luther King is leadership in your home. We looking for some miracle, and I believe in prayer, but prayer without works is nothing. So I just say that we could pray all day till my knees are broke, but she wasn't gonna get no job. I'll tell you that right now. She's okay with having a little bit. I like it a lot. You know what I mean? Nothing when I got whatever, but I'm thinking my little spark gonna jumpstart like a car, give her a jump, didn't work, her battery was dead. But the fact of the matter is, it's so many ways to teach each other. It's YouTube, it's TED Talks, it's podcasts. Like you get in my car, baby girl, we going to Santa Cruz, we can listen to a podcast on relationships. We can listen to a podcast on finance. Earth, Wind, and Fire, you know the words. I don't need to give you that. You can recite that without me singing the song. But I'm going to give you something that's a nice ride, and we're going to discuss it before we ever go any further than a physical attraction. I need to know who you are. I need to know how many crackheads in your family. Real talk.
Yeah.
I need to know what addictions plague your family. Because I don't want to offer you a drink and your daddy an alcoholic and all this drugs.
Right.
I need to know who you is. I really know wine. This is most mature, but I'm very cautious of how I display myself. Like I was telling someone to call you today, I speak to the highest of us, never the lowest. Because we set the mark. I don't go back down to what I did when I was 16. I'm 51. I do 51-year-old things. And I speak like that. But we looking for this miracle relationship. There's no miracle. And there's so many tools and weapons out there. Sister, the internet may be a gift and a curse. Because there's a lot of falsehood out there. But if you meet a man who's looking on the internet for love, then you need to leave him alone and go to the grocery store. You need to shop at Difference. I go to Safeway out at the beach. I go to Safeway at the marina. When I'm in Oakland on my way home, I go to Rock Ridge at Safeway. And I'm just cruising the aisles of best food. Not the middle, I'm in the produce. I'm out of flowers section. I buy flowers just to buy flowers and see what woman compliments. Because she's a woman who likes flowers. Now I got an open-end relationship. Say, oh, y'all buy flowers. Who you buying it for? I like flowers, sister. You know what I mean? But it's good to meet you. Next time I see you, my name is Richard. Just speak. Everything don't have to be a fling. That's why I said sometimes we looking for magic and we just need reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody ain't gonna be married. Everybody ain't gonna have a pastor and your wife got it. Every pastor not everybody's story. But Greta died alone. For real though, let's talk about that. She gave her husband to us. This is Black History Month.
Right.
She could have been a selfish woman. Stay home, like many of you women might have been. Stay home. Why you going to fight for them? They don't care. Look how they talk about your news. They gossip you. He got the video or the recorders, all the women he was sleeping with. That's okay. She said your duty and your mission is bigger than my relationship and your children's relationship. Go do your job. I know that's poison. I know that's hate. And you a man, you fall weak. But she was there at the funeral. I know a lot of women who lost their husbands and their husbands did some slick stuff, or they asked, they won't even show up. Pride and ego will ruin any home. And I just say that to say, it's so many tactics, there's so many tools. Even Johnny and them on podcasts, you know, they play the advocate of let me start the fire in the house. But then you gotta be the fireman to put that fire out.
Right.
And your mate is just as imperfect as you are. You may be worse, but we don't ever want to look at ourselves. I tell people, all the mirrors in your house, if you steal the same old raggedy person,
Right.
all the mirrors in your house, I don't know what I look like. I don't go in the mirror. Sometimes I don't want to see the truth.
Right.
You know, not the image, but the real me. I know me better than anybody in this room, so I know where I need work. But if I date this sister, you are clueless until it's too late.
Right.
Your feelings is involved,
Right.
your family involved, your children involved, and now you like, damn, I didn't know he was like that. I didn't know he moved. I didn't know he was his friends. Because you just with him one-on-one too much. Take a person out in public. I didn't come in your house. Meet me on Main Street.
Right, right.
Let everybody see.
Right, when you say take them out, and that's another thing I want to say to the men and the women. I'm not going to be nobody's secret. Nobody's secret.
Another person blessed, that's what we do, continue to bless the people.